And we are back yet again. As always, we are Half Hour Henshin talking about this week's superhero time at this point, at least until Ultraman comes back.
Yeah.
I am one
Man.
of your hosts, Sleepy Witch, joined by...
DJ Azure, the 2.5T here, talking tuber.
We are continuing the Yokai Village Gotchard episodes. Okay.
Yeah.
I feel like I almost said Geats again.
I mean, we did have like the midpoint where we were in the Kyoto like area, so easy to get mixed up, you know.
I'm thinking about foxes.
Yeah. I mean, considering that, like, yeah, you know, just like I said last week, you know, it's a QB, and yeah, this episode was wacky.
Yeah,
Oh,
this one
Kajiki.
was certainly going for that. We are absolutely just doing like a live action cartoon. Everyone getting taken out. I fucking love Kaijiki deciding like 2 minutes into the episode that he's gonna be the detective, and I love the bit that everyone's like, "Oh no, they're dead," and Rina's in the background. Actually, they're just passed out. That happens like 2 or 3 times. She's just like, I keep telling you, they're just passed out.
Yeah, it's so, yeah, it's just so wacky. They've really been just having fun with this with these episodes.
Also, it really does cement like the fact that like I love that Kaijiki immediately turns on Hoshino, and it's like,
Yeah.
my apologies. I feel like my detective, occult fanatics tend to be into mystery, and so everyone turns on him. But then they also take Kajiki with them. It's like, you're with him too.
Yeah, that was the funniest part. It's like, wait, no,
Wait,
no,
I want to be the detective now.
Yeah, it's so good. Like, freaking Kajiki, man.
Well, Kaijiki core.
But yeah, like like this episode. Pretty much, I actually don't remember. Like, did we even see the sisters this episode?
We see little one talking to Rin for a little bit.
Okay, yeah, it's like I don't remember that, but
we literally just get like a simple scene where she goes up and she's like, "Oh, Rin, how does it feel to basically be dealing with all the stuff that you are, and to like have people who will fight for you?" And she's like, "I want to be your friend because I feel like you're miserable." And she's like, "Fuck off." She's like, "Have you been the one causing these incidents?" And she's like, "Incidents?" Question mark, because she doesn't know, because she has nothing to do with this amalgam.
yeah, for once she like they're not behind any of it, and yeah, this episode's actually pretty great. Like, it's actually like super sweet, like the resolution of it, but the way that it's found is so funny because we actually do get to see Renge actually like get to actually like really kind of take the charge in this episode.
Yeah, I also love seeing like the flashback. It's one of those things. The girl who plays, I think her name is I keep forgetting what's the little one's name of the sisters. Apostos.
Atropos.
Atropos. That her little kid actor is like so good at actually like acting and being present in the moment and stuff. She does such a good job. Cause I just thought it was really funny seeing the like Renge flashback and this little kid who's supposed to be scared, but the kid just looks like, I do not want to be. I have like no idea, you know. Like, especially the scene, she's like hugging the grandma, she's like looking away, and it's like, this kid is just vaguely following instructions.
Yeah.
Which is cute. Here's the thing, that's just how, like, especially like really young kid actors, like that's just kind of how it is. Like, they're little kids. There's only so much that you can do, but it just continues to impress me that how much like acting Atrophos has actually done throughout the series.
Yeah, exactly.
And like how good it's been for the most part. Like,
yeah, like even us as viewers, we want to throw down with the Tropos as well too. When everyone else wants to throw down,
because she's like us, like as a character, really scummy, and I feel like her actress has sold it really well.
Yeah,
So I'm hoping this means that as we've talked about, like lots of people like get their start acting and doing stuff through tokusatsu, and so I hope that she has a good career if she wants to continue being an actress, that she has like a fruitful career ahead of her, doing more acting or doing voice acting. I know some people get into voice acting. One of the like wackier things on this episode, I do love that when they're like, we gotta go find out what's happening to people. Hotaro and Renge, what are you guys gonna do? We're just gonna run in the woods and hope we find something.
Yeah.
Also, when we find like the third guy and he's just like in swim trunks and like pointing, and like again, obviously he's supposed to be like frozen there, and you can tell the actor's trying so hard not to like move.
Yeah, like it's definitely really hard, but at the same time, I mean, like, like I didn't realize it with the toe at the beginning, but like, with the pointing, I was like, oh cool, so there's probably gonna make like some sort of pentagram, and like what they're gonna find is in the center. No, they're just straight up pointing at it, but I didn't expect the toe to be a part of it. I was
Yeah, I
laughing
didn't even
so
pay
hard
attention
at
to the
that one.
toe.
Yeah.
And now that we get to the scene with Atrophos where she talks to Rin like, I want to know what you're thinking, and she's basically like, I'm thinking that we can forgive you, that we could be friends. She's like, fuck off. And then we get to see Kitsune Malcolm for the first time, which design wise I love.
Yeah. Like it's like I love how it's not actually fighting, and like that's actually a big point of this amalgam. It's like it's not actually fighting.
Yep. I do like to see we get to see the return of Skibos of Skateboard Samurai. It's kind of cool seeing the old forms.
Yeah, which is why I'm wondering, what are they gonna do for a final form for Gotchard, because Platinum Gotchard gets to use the rest of the Kemi.
I have no idea. That is like an interesting thought, because obviously, maybe he will just straight up become like a Kemi. Maybe that's that's gonna be the real Hopper suit. I don't know.
Yeah, like
here's the thing. We're getting kind of like a bit of more like lighthearted, like almost like a lull in the like, here's like the big overarching story kind of, while I feel like they're gonna set stuff up with, obviously a Tropos and some stuff. And so I feel like once we kind of get the vibe of what this second half is gonna be about, or what like the big bad, or what like the overarching like story is going to be in the second half, I think that's when we're going to have more hints on like, oh, this is like the final Gotchard.
Yeah, because definitely like these episodes are not like really attaching to the main story, other than whatever Tropos and Renee are talking about.
We're just getting kind of like cooled down. Like, this is kind of what people are doing after the big battle with Girion.
Yeah, it's like what I was saying with it's what I was saying what normally happens with Kamen Rider and Super Sentai, where it's like, oh, the new shows are premiering, we're gonna calm down a little bit.
Yeah,
which did not happen with Dawn Brothers or Geats.
Okay, Dawn Brothers cannot calm down. That is unfortunately just how Dawn Brothers is the entirety of the time. And Geats, honestly, is kind of the same way, but like in an actually like structured way, that like Geats had like a story and we have to get there regardless of what other shows get. Obviously there were a couple like more relaxed episodes and little, but like not really.
Yeah, but like not even King Oger. Like, our issues with like our two problematic episodes of King Oger happened near the end of the series.
Near the end, and there were I feel like there were some episodes that I also didn't like, kind of like in the, but it was like not when you would think they would, like scheduling in the real world was. You know what I mean?
Yeah.
Also, I do always love the bit, especially in live action, of like, man, we really got to climb all these stairs.
It's really funny. I've been playing. I mean, I've been playing Final Fantasy VII Rebirth, but in Remake, they brought back going up the Shinra building into 59 floors, and it was the funniest thing, because you get to hear Barrett complain the entire time about having to climb up the 59 floors of stairs, and they even disable your ability to run after about 10 flights. It's really funny.
That does sound pretty aggravating, but funny.
Yeah, it's so funny because you were able to do that in the original game as well too. So yeah, but I mean, yeah, like it's always funny where it's like, oh man, we have to go up these stairs.
Yep. And we get like the second fight with the Fox Amalgam, which is really cool, because here's when we get like a really good look at the suit, which again, fantastic. But also like, everyone's like, there's something wrong. This Amalgam isn't the same as the regular ones. You can kind of tell by the fact that it doesn't have like a normal like face or monstrous like property. It's just literally like the Fox.
Yeah, it doesn't have like, it doesn't look like it's being forced to do anything, because like like whenever we see Amalgam, it looks like it's being like held in place with elastic.
Yep, and it feels like it's being like fused onto the body. And while this is literally just like, here's my fox body, but also I've got some extra parts.
Yeah, exactly.
Love seeing some of the little combo attacks. It's really funny seeing him actually do like 3D attacks with like Scabaus and stuff, and they're actually like 3D models instead of JPEGs at least.
Yeah. And after that, like, we actually do get a moment, where Renge, her grandma, and Rene are like, stuck in a dimension where they'd fight evil Kirby.
Yeah, I love evil Kirby. Really, really, I feel like the only thing I don't like about that, like, Rin's powers are like charge based or whatever, is just like, cool, anytime we need her to not do anything, we could just be like, oh, I guess my batteries haven't recharged yet.
But at the same time, they established that early.
I know.
With this ring stand, and you could buy off PB.
The ring stand is so funny because it's such a not toy. You know what I mean? Like it feels
really
like it feels like an anti-toy. Like, we're gonna send you the holder for your little plastic ring that goes with your belt. Like, I don't know. I do not like the ring stand, actually.
But it's so funny to think about. Like, it's like, oh yeah, like, yeah, that's just a P Bandai thing. Like, it's really funny when you start like seeing things, like when you start noticing the P Bandai shilling in these shows, you will never unsee it, and it's the funniest thing when you notice it again.
No, yeah, it's good. But like, that's also why I feel like Dawn Brothers was really good, because that they did not care about shilling any of the P Bandai stuff. He's like, I'm gonna use it for as long as I'm contractually forced to. And then we're gonna move the fuck on.
Yeah, at the same time, I'm still angry because I did not know like where you could buy that freaking Kaido photo book. Both of them. I want that Kaido photo book. Both of them.
Is it just not super available?
I don't know if it was even real at this point. Now I feel like I'm being gaslit by Dawn Brothers, which is completely on brand for Dawn Brothers. But at the same time, where's my photo book? Where's my photo book?
The Kaido photo book is fantastic, and yeah, if there was something I could pick up, it would be the Kaido photo book.
The fact that there was a second one in the show just makes it even funnier.
Well,
it's like, oh yeah, the first one sold out. I'm like, wait, what?
Look, what's it called? Dawn Brothers was really good at one really specific thing, which was committing to the bit. Which honestly, fantastic.
Yeah.
But yeah, we get to see Ringe stand up and be like, I'm gonna protect my grandma. They stole the beads off Starshine Hosino, which I think was cool. He got frozen. Rip him and Kaijiki. Kaijiki always gets caught up in the fucking amalgam things. And
but
basically,
yeah, like, it's actually cool. Like, she's actually able to do the real, like, star thing with the Kemi.
Yeah, she can actually use alchemy because she's an actual alchemist. Yep. I fucking love the, like, he gets like the power up with using, the 5 like set cards, and the fucking fox is like, yeah, right here, kick me right here, and he's like, what the fuck is going on? But I guess I'll do it. And
and then we basically see hot springs come up, and everyone's happy. Like, it's just a really happy ending where, like, oh hey, we revitalized the village, and we get 7 new Kemis.
My favorite bit from it's like he kicks it, he gets the fox, he gets the Ninetales into the card, and then we just cut immediately to like the shrine. It opens up, and the like Kitsune statue just fucking falls from like the ceiling.
Yeah.
Such a good funny shot. And basically them being like, wait, it was amalgam with the fox deity?
Yeah. But like it's like we're seeing more of this, like, whole, like, okay, cool, I guess not all Kemi are bad. Like,
yeah. The thing is, it was never Kemis themselves that were bad. It was so they get wrapped up in like humans' negative emotions.
Oh yeah.
But then we were getting that, like, oh, okay, so Kemis are starting to be able to not be wrapped up by negative emotions, and now we have one who just basically was doing a wholly positive thing. Man, when I saw the Ninetales Kemi for a second, I was like, man, this would be really funny to put in the Geats Kemi instead. Just let's make a Geats reference. But we get a very cute thing with the hot spring. The only thing that I find like really funny, just like in a meta level, seeing the like, oh, the hot springs come out, is that like guys, that is like boiling water. You guys need to back up. One of you guys is gonna get roasted.
Yeah, and then and at the end of this, we basically like get like another thing where it's like okay, we see Professor Minato, so you obviously know everyone got mind wiped, but everyone's still like as we see like the positive effects, the positive feelings, still stay there, and then
And then
as
we
a
got
as
my
yeah
my
as a
my funniest bit.
the
Hoshino
call
coming
back to
back.
the beginning of last episode. Probably right.
I was gonna say this more stuff with Kaijiki.
Oh, that's right, Kajiki.
We get we
It's
get
like,
we get we get Starshine Hosino basically being like, "Oh no, my mystical powers are gone," because obviously the chemis are no longer in his beads. And Kaijiki
yeah.
basically was like, "Hey man, maybe we could be detectives because I feel like this has really awakened it." And it's like, so I could be Sherlock Hoshino, and that would make me Watson Kaijiki. And it's like, oh, let's go to our next case, my young protege. And they just fucking run off, and everyone's just looking at them like. I love that Hotaru immediately asked, like, will Kaijiki be okay? I just hope he doesn't go weird. And Rin's like, I think he'll be fine.
Yeah.
Which establishes the thing I was talking about last week. I hope that every once in a while we just see Kaijiki and he's off in the background doing some weird ass shit.
That's what they've made him do, and it's been working.
Yep.
Like,
but
occult stuff. Okay, cool.
But now I'm glad that they're like specifically like, yeah, he's gonna keep doing that. We're showing he's off to do more stuff. I do love that Ringe tries to pick up her grandma, and she just cannot. Which honestly, you gotta bulk up. Your grandma looks very tiny. But they just have to work hand in hand, and it's very cute. It's super wholesome.
Mm-hmm.
I love seeing them walk off. Yep, and then we get the next episode preview, which I think is what you want to talk about.
Oh no! I want to talk the Renge. Yeah, just like just Renge trying to pick up her grandma, and it was really funny.
Very funny.
But yeah, next episode. Yeah, we are getting a school.
We're gonna go back to school. Yeah, I was gonna be honest. I thought we were gonna get more of this when we heard there was like another high school writer, especially again because we haven't gotten that many high school writers.
Yeah.
But it's like Hotaro's got like a friend that I guess he's going to be re-meeting for a while. It's a girl. This guy's trying to start like the acting club, and he wants Hotaro to be his Romeo, which I'm wondering if that means anything.
Oh my god, I cannot wait to see how this goes. This gotta be ridiculous.
And I mean, one of the things that you were talking about when we were talking about what's it called about Bunbunju is like, I want to see more characters interact, and it looks like we're getting that in Gotchard as well. We're gonna get some more characters.
Yeah, like we get a lot of good character interactions in Gotchard, which is always great.
So I'm really interested to see how they're gonna integrate like the actual school stuff. We get to see the sisters are still kind of doing stuff, but also we get to see Dread Type 3 again. So that's still going on because they still have the driver and you Amalgam. So I'm wondering how that's going to go. I'm wondering if this is going to be the episode where we start really like, okay, this is kind of like the plot line for the second half.
Yep, it's like, okay, cool. You guys have had a month of Bunbunjer, so it's time for us to get back to the story.
Yeah, and before we talk about the month of Bunbunjer, the April Fool's thing being like, hey, we're going to do a King Oger Deca Ranger show or like special, and then like, oh, but actually it's real.
Yeah, I love it when like, dude, like, okay, so like pretty much all over the internet, like every single time it's like April Fool's Day, I'm like always like just waiting because I always love to see like kind of the dumb stuff that people like post, and like Japan seems to have so much fun with April 1st. Like they make a lot of stuff real. Like talk about tokusatsu. Honkai Star Rail. Okay, yes, I mean I'm obsessed, so I'm just gonna talk about it. Honkai Star Rail basically had a director for some Super Sentai, for a few Super Sentai, I think like Kaku Ranger, Time Ranger, and a couple of other ones from like that era. Actually do a little tokusatsu thing with the mascot Pom Pom, and even had like a little robot transformation, like a Megazord, and film that as like a fake trailer, and I'm like, oh, I love this.
That's fantastic. And apparently it's all being done because apparently Yanma's actor is like, oh, I had a big crush on Deca Ranger Yellow, and so they're pairing up his character and her, and so it's like, honestly, the like, oh, you get to act with like your Super Sentai crush.
Yeah,
Fantastic.
it's great.
Especially because like as we've seen in any episode that featured Yama and romance, that dude does not know how to talk to women.
It's so good.
So I'm hoping we get some more dumb stuff like that. But yeah, this episode's Boon Boonjer.
It's so good.
It's
This-
very fun. It's very
yeah,
fun.
like yeah, this episode was all about Joe, all about Axel. It's I love this episode.
I love Joe. I thought it was really interesting that at the beginning we basically just get to see him straight up be like, "Hey, I don't want you to be a Boon Boonjer yet," or basically, I don't want you to be a Boon Boonjer. After he did this whole speech about like, I want to be a Boon Boonjer because being a Boon Boonjer is awesome.
Yeah, exactly. It's like I just want to I want to be a Boon Boonjer for selfish reasons, kind of in a way.
Yeah, I feel like if I had to have like a nitpick or like a complaint with this episode is honestly that it just like I feel like we had like a really nice arc for Joe and we're like we need to speed run this though.
I mean, at the same time, we still also haven't really seen Break either. But like, even if it was speed ran, like apparently he actually did like his transformation scene. It took him multiple takes, and he acted his ass off.
Dude,
for every
he
single take.
went so hard for the transformation. We'll talk about that when we're
Yeah.
kind of getting there. The darts monster being created because Itasha was basically just like, fuck you guys, I cannot believe you guys are making fun of me.
Yeah.
And also the fact that like I feel like Taya was like honestly just kind of like, you need to go figure out what you're doing, and like I'm not actually going to not let you enter the Boon Boonjers because of the fact that he's specifically working on like both of the patrol cars.
Yeah. Yeah, it's like they're just like basically like saying he's gonna be a Boon Boonjer, just wait.
Yeah,
wait.
also I love his little civilian outfit. It looks very comfy.
It does. Yeah. And so like obviously we basically see the darts monsters like saying, oh cool, yeah, you get to aim and hopefully you get a bullseye, and then it's like you get tortured if you miss.
Yeah, it was incredibly the guy who had the like weird like the reflexology pad or whatever,
Yeah.
that one wasn't as funny, but I love that like before that you get to him, he like turns to the side and there's the dude just being like bonked by like hammers flying all over him or whatever.
Yeah.
I thought that was incredibly funny.
Yeah, but man, Joe like going for the third option was so good.
He's
It's
like, I'm gonna
okay,
just hit you in the fucking eye.
yeah, that looked painful, but man, that was so clever. And like basically saves civilians, and basically it's like it's like I'm gonna save people is like Joe's thing,
Yep.
it's like he wanted to be a Boon Boonjer to save people, but he didn't say it outright like that. He wanted to be a Boon Boonjer for being a Boon Boonjer's sake.
Yeah, and also the fucking fact that like yeah, the only way to beat this guy is to not play basically the way Joe did.
Mm-hmm.
Was really funny. I watched I probably shouldn't watch these before we record, but I watched the Keza Henshin because she and Marcos has been like reacting to this, and my favorite part was the fact that like this is the warehouse they used for like fucking everything.
Oh yeah.
So the running gag was like, this is where basically every single thing in Tokyo, like they mentioned like so many writers and so many like, this is where this happened, this is where this happened.
Yeah,
But
this is where the final episode of Geats happens.
yeah, this is where everything happens. But I love seeing Joe just like fight this guy 1v1 without a suit.
Yeah,
honestly, it's so
that
intense.
that was
And then
so
we get
good.
Then I like the fact that like he throws that when the Boon Boonjers finally do actually get there and Mira shows up, he basically just like taunts Mira into playing.
Yeah. And then she
incredible
loses,
work.
gets panned, and then Chassis gets hit with pies.
And I love that like it's so funny that he's just like got like interdimensional like warping powers or something.
Yeah.
But the best is the fact that like, oh, we found out how Taya gets caught. It's because he's too competent. He actually hits the bullseye and he gets the death penalty.
Yeah, the electric chair, like oh. Yeah, and it's like, yeah, literally no way to play. But yeah, but it's insane. Like, yeah, Joe just goes in and just starts beating on the dude suitless.
Yeah, and honestly, he gets his ass whooped, but like he just keeps getting up.
Yeah,
Honestly,
and then best part is like, oh, cool. Contracted appearance of break, just like it was waiting there just for like saying, okay, cool. Yeah, it's like,
I love
Taya's
that.
like,
Yeah, it's such a cool scene. You know, it's like I just love that. You know, first of all, the fucking explosion with him, and like he explodes and he rolls in front of them, and they're all like Joe, and he's like picking up. He's got like the sand. You know, they're gonna be safe with me. I'm gonna protect them. And we get the Taya like, that's your answer. Sounds cranked up to me. I love that he was just like waiting, and yeah, we got the delivery, dude. The change axe looks so good.
yeah.
And it's like, you should be able to use it now. Because again, that's probably why he said no at the beginning, because he probably wasn't going to be ready without, you know, the right amount of resolve. And as you were talking about, dude, he goes so hard in the transformation. Dude is screaming. He is like fucking pissed. He does the transformation and he goes so fucking incredibly hard. And then we cut to like the really funny, like, he helps them. He turns around like, "Are you guys okay?" And it's like we get everyone teaming up, and then Taya just like looks towards the door and breaks standing there and like, "You kids have fun, bye."
Yeah, exactly. Yeah, yeah. It's like I'm just waiting for Break to transform. I want to know his story still.
Oh yeah, I feel like we're gonna get it. I did
Yeah,
love seeing
but
the reference during the pose off, the roll call,
yeah, like I said, I think that's Turbo Ranger. I think, yeah.
and oh man,
this fight scene had such good choreography,
and
man.
here's the thing, this had so much stuff. They used like the whole warehouse. We get a really cool jump. We get a bunch of like individual fights like everywhere. Some really cool stuff on like
on the bridge.
Oh yeah, the bridge. Some 1v1 stuff just down on the ground.
A drone shot to like show where all the individual fights are happening.
Yeah,
like, they went nuts with this. And all the fact that Joe's able to like just like kind of no sell all the darts.
Yeah,
like, reflecting.
I was gonna say like Joe came in and he like was instantly a powerhouse.
Yeah,
it's the change axe. The change axe is OP. That's all I'm saying. It's because
it even turns into a sword as well too. Like, man.
Oh yeah, the fact it looks cool. I'm eventually gonna have to get a change axe. That thing is so nice.
And then I mean, unfortunately, I do have to like complain about this every episode now. But yeah, the Rainbow Highway, we get it.
Yeah. It just takes so long. And here's the thing, and again, I was like, I feel like I'm not bored of it yet, but I was like, I feel like I'm going to if we have to deal with this every episode.
Yeah,
especially because sometimes it feels like we're going really long and.
Yeah, but I will say though, oh man, I love how the change axe turns into the wheel itself.
Oh,
I
yeah,
love that.
Fantastic. I mean, to be fair, their other sword is also their wheel, I thought too.
Yeah, it is their wheel, but it's not as cool as the entire wheel changing, like from axe to sword to to the yoke for the car.
It's great. It's always incredibly funny seeing them like transform into the car mode where like the little wheels off their back come behind them and stuff. That always looks incredibly funny.
After that, both Chassis and Mira, like getting into the other car,
which is funny. It was really funny seeing her in like the passenger role because I was like, oh, are we just gonna like leave someone behind because it is like a three person combination kind of thing.
But yeah, but honestly, when they like transformed the two into attack mode, like I was not okay, maybe I didn't look at the toys too much.
I have not looked at the toys for this.
But when that turned into the two guns, I'm like, yo.
I knew that the Cop 4 had the guns from the opening. I was not ready for it to be like double gun, and then like the black patrol car comes on top for like a new like head / like almost like wings, like the little shoulder pads and the cape and stuff. Cool way to like differentiate it, where it's not like, oh hey, here's just two different arms again.
hmm Yeah, like that was so sick. Yeah, because like I really I forgot what the construction ones are supposed to look like, but like it's really funny because like this is just gun kata and it's
Yeah.
amazing.
I think from the opening, the construction ones are gonna be like a big hammer or something
Mm.
when they get on it. But yeah, we get the Gunkata, which is honestly
Yeah,
really cool.
and of course for me, you know, like there's not too much like, you know, actual CG mech. Like, you know, they did just film everything.
Yeah, we had the actual mech and stuff. I also like that we get like a different victory pose. Like the victory pose with this is him actually doing a little police salute after everything, and the guy explodes behind him, which looks
Mhm.
really nice. I will say I do feel like that finisher from their original mech is just so iconic. The like
It is.
slashes and then like the mech is spinning around, and we get that nice, super good. So I feel like this one is not a little bit not as cool, but it's nice seeing, you know, him officially join the team, and we're gonna celebrate it with a curry party.
Yeah, and then his boss gets excited. Everyone just like just does a double take. It's so good.
She just loves this curry, okay?
Yeah.
And then we got the dance ending, which is always cute as always. I need that
Yeah.
song to release.
They actually did show. I think it's on TikTok, but I know I saw it on Twitter. Someone
Oh,
posted,
did
at least reposted on Twitter. But they actually do have like, you know, just all the suited, the like, you know, the suit actors
Mhm.
actually do the dance in the Boon Booter transform suits.
Nice.
So we actually get to see the full dance. So the parts where it cuts out, you actually know what they're doing now.
That's good. I did want to see the full dance. I know you wanted to learn it. I kind of am thinking about it. I like the song. It's cute. I want to listen to like the full version of that too, or even just the small version.
Yeah, and then second verse, or I should say, full version of the opening did come
Oh,
out
dude.
as well too.
Wait, is it out?
Yeah.
Oh shit! I need to get on that because the Boon Booger opening is already so good musically.
Yeah.
I need the.
Oh man, I think they were saying that like there was no wasted breaths in that song. They like could not take a break like singing that song. Like that's what they were saying. That's what they were describing, like how it was to perform it.
I just think it's incredibly funny that when I look up Masaki Endo, his like thing on Spotify right now is like the Boon Booger. Incredible.
Yeah. And it looks like we're getting an okay, and then you know it looks like we're getting a new general.
Yeah,
Against?
this was the interesting bit. We're getting it like another general, someone else from thing. I love that he's got like a dog on him.
Yeah.
I'm curious to see how that sees, and we're basically getting an episode that doesn't focus on Break at all yet. So it looks like we're going to be a little bit before we actually get our orange, unless they're hiding it really well. And the one thing
and what's also interesting too is that Taya's not a part of like the preview roll call. It looks like too.
Yeah.
It's just yeah.
It also looks like, you know, incredibly for the jokes, the auto monster is going to be fucking toilet based. Because I just accidentally paused on a frame and he's like plunging Boone Black's head, which honestly fantastic. But something that's happened once, and I was like, oh, I guess it's just they're just wearing normal clothes. But for the second time, Mira's out here wearing yellow instead of pink.
Yeah, it's kind of interesting. I mean, I think it's just because like, you know, kind of we don't have a yellow this time around either. So
we don't have a yellow, but just the fact that she's not wearing pink is the thing that I find interesting because everyone else is kind of color coded still. It's not like we're doing like, oh, everyone's just wearing normal clothes, we're not actually color coding things. It's like no, Taya wears a big red jacket, you know. All of Chassie's suits are blue. Obviously we got the whole black and white thing going on for Joe, and then my boy's never out here. My boy's wearing the same orange shirt and the same jacket every episode we've seen him in. So it's just funny that she's like the one person who doesn't like represent their color.
Yeah, it is interesting. Yeah,
I feel like it's just one of those things where, like, after getting some of the things that we've got, I'm just like, does that mean something?
True. Yeah.
Does that mean something? But yeah, with that, we will talk to you guys next week. As always, it is incredibly fun that we get to talk about these shows together, and you know, we love doing it. Later.
Later.
This program is brought to you by
Our Unending Love of Tokusatsu.
If you enjoyed the show, please be sure to like and subscribe.
And hit the bell for notifications. And if you would like to support us further, consider becoming a patron at our Patreon, Half Hour Henshin.
You can get some exclusive benefits, such as your name in the credits and joining our sticker club. Or, if you want to help with a one-time donation,
You can also find us at Ko-fi at halfhourhenshin. You can email us with any questions or theories at halfhourhenshin@gmail.com or on Twitter at halfhourhenshin.